And another big shout out to Rednecks Electrical. Thanks again, Ryan.
Hello and welcome to your Peace Country podcast.
Hello and welcome. In case you missed it the first time, we're replaying an interview I did a little while back with Joe from Joe's Pizza Stone. But first, we got some upcoming events and a new We Got It at Manic. Enjoy.
Cats and coffee are my two favorite things.
Come to Whiskers Cafe for the coffee and stay for the cats.
And now for upcoming events in the Peace Country.
The 30th annual GP Women's Show will be happening at the Bonnets Energy Center from October 18th to the 20th. Trunk or Treat Car Show is happening Saturday, October 19th. Registration is $20 at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Show is from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and awards are after 4 p.m. at the True North Truck Wash. Bigger, Better, and Spookier on October 19th and October 20th. All Hallows Eve Market at the Elks Hall in Grand Prairie. The Beaver Lodge Hockey Arena is hosting a gun show on Friday, October 18th to Sunday, October 20th. Admission is free under 13, over 13, $10. On October 18th and 19th, the Grand Prairie Museum is putting on Heritage Village Folk Tales Tours. Safety City is having a Halloween party on October 26th at 12 p.m. On Friday, October 25th, the Industry is having a Halloween party. On October 26th, there'll be a rock tribute with a Kiss cover band at the Jackpot Event Center. Advanced seating, $35. On October 31st, the Lion's Den is having a Halloween haunted house party. On Friday, November 8th, and Saturday, November 9th, there'll be a Christmas market at the Byzantium Community Event Center. Webster's Community Hall will be having a Christmas craft show on November 8th and November 9th. Northern Spirit Light Show will be starting on November 14th at Evergreen Park. One Bad Sun is coming to Better Than Fred's on December 7th. Tickets are $45 in advance. And Kokanee Comedy Night at the Great Northern Casino every Wednesday.
If you have an event coming up and would like us to share on PcP, let us know at peacecountrypodcast@gmail.com.
Peace Country Podcast has a challenge for you. We will give you $100 cash if you spare a 710 split at Bowling Stone's 10-Pin Entertainment Center in Grande Prairie, Alberta.
And now it's time for We Got It at Manic with Ryan.
Alright guys, the next album I'm going to talk about is Battleborn by The Killers. I believe this came out in 2012. Definitely a very alternative rock, pop-based synth pop band. If you're into that kind of stuff, you definitely like this band. I do have this album here at the shop. It is the limited edition red at 180 gram vinyl, so come at me if you need that.
And we got it at Manic Records and Collectibles, located in the Prairie Plaza next to Audio Concepts.
And now for the Peace Country Spotlight.
I'm here with Joe from Joe's Pizza Stone. Joe, welcome.
Hey, what's happening?
So let's get into it. What made you decide to get in the pizza business?
Man, being a first-generation immigrant with no language, the first thing you do when you come to Canada is try to find a job. So, with language barrier, what do? You get into restaurants. And I got into pizzerias, worked for my uncles, worked with my brothers in Ontario, and started developing a bit of a passion for it, and they own different franchises, different brands, and I saw an opportunity on how they created something and sold someone the license to use it, and they made money and the owners made money, and everybody had really good, it was a win-win situation for everybody. So I liked it and just never really got into it so deep, and years later, moved to Western Canada, I'm like, met up with somebody in Dawson Creek, 2014, moved to Dawson Creek, and then 2016, I decided to partner up with John, my partner, and give it a go. Dawson Creek, man, birthplace of Joe's Pizza Stone.
So you started in Dawson Creek and then moved to Chetwynd and then came to Grand Prairie?
Yeah. So no, Chetwynd. Oh, it's a year and a half after that we went to Chetwynd. Chetwynd was great, man. Chetwynd treated us so well. I love the people of Chetwynd. They were so loyal to us. And then for about a year after that, we went to Tumbler Ridge, and then the pandemic kicked in.
Oh yeah.
Just about to start the pandemic, and we did fantastic in Tumbler, and we're still doing great. And then at that time, somebody came and wanted to invest. Some local kids that were students at the college, foreign students, and they wanted to invest, and we helped them get into the franchise. And we sold all those 3 locations, and then we came to Grand Prairie. That was my first flagship store where I built it from scratch.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you don't own those locations at all?
They're franchised out.
They franchise the license?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I created a franchise within about a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years of the business. And they helped me out a lot, and I helped them out a lot. So Grand Prairie came, and it was tough. I worked with great companies like Everlast Plumbing. I worked with there's a couple of contractors I work with, great contractors, but I can't recall some of their names. But they helped me build a store to where it is. And within a year of building that, somebody wanted to invest, and they wanted to open a store in Westlake. So I built that one, and I franchised it out. And eventually somebody wanted to buy the Grand Prairie location, and I franchised that as well. Right? So a lot of these are all local owners that are from the Peace region, and they invested in this. And so it helped me scale. So now I went to Lethbridge, and I just went to Sherwood Park, and Grand Caches are our next move. So we're just working on that.
Oh.
But I love the Peace region, right? So for some reason, I can't leave,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave. I love it here.
So what's the secret to a good pizza?
Secret to good pizza is good dough, and less is more. Make it as simple as possible, and that's what it is. And a good tomato for your sauce, and a good oven, and how you cook it. And it's hard to find pizzerias that are into this old school deck oven analog style cooking in Western Canada. And the combination of those 3, it makes a fantastic pizza. You can taste that in the Neapolitan pizzas, really good.
So what did you do before you started Joe's Pizza Stone?
All right, I still do that. I came to Western Canada to chase telecommunication contracts. And I've been a cable guy since year 2000. I've been working in the telecommunication industry, and also worked at pizzerias since 1994. So it's one of those things that I've always been in it. Yeah, so telecommunication tech, I'm a cable guy. And I still do that. That's my full-time gig. I still go and service, but I mainly work in Grand Prairie now.
So is there a story behind the name?
Yeah, there's a story behind the name. So originally I'm from Afghanistan, okay? I came to Canada May 1st, 1990. And they sent me straight to high school. So this is the first time I'm really going to school. So no English, no background, nothing. So I get into school, and being a teenager, I loved it, of course. And, language being a barrier, I decided I didn't know what to do. What sport could I play without talking? Wrestling. I got into wrestling in high school. I wrestled in high school, and I had a coach named Mr. Photo and Mr. Mitch. And my first name is Jawad. And they could never say it right. Even though it's so easy to say, but they could never say it right. My coach goes, Mr. Photo goes, from now on, you're Joe. I said, I'll take it.
So what experience would you like your customers to have?
Oh man, I want them to feel my passion. Like every pie you eat there is something that I have crafted, I've made, I have tasted it, tested it, and it is I want them to know that, hey, this is not something that I just Google and throw on a pizza and give it to you. I genuinely go there and I cook it, I test it, I feed people. So it's very intimate for me. If I put out a pizza, it's something that I put my heart into it, and I'm truly passionate about it.
So what's the best part about running your business in the Peace Country?
Ah, man, Peace Country. Let me tell you, Peace Country people are loyal and they're easy to please. Right? All you got to do is show them love and be respectful and don't gouge them. It's simple as that.
What is the hardest thing about managing your business?
The hardest thing about managing the business is to find the right people. And the reason why it's hard to find the right people is, one is pay. Pay is not the highest. And also it's hard to find people who can take the initiative to run the business, to manage the business, like truly they own it and care for it. So finding people who hold themselves accountable to their daily routine is very difficult. And when you do find those unicorns, they don't last long. They either open a business, they get a fantastic opportunity, and I love seeing that, right? When I see somebody, I know they're not going to be here long, and then I see them do really well, and I just love it. It's great to see that.
Yeah.
But finding the right people, because it is a low-wage industry, and we like to pay people more, but we have such limited margins in the restaurant industry. If your labor will kill you if it goes above a certain percentage.
If you could or had to change anything along the way, what would you do different?
Oh man, I would educate myself about contracts, and I think the only thing I would change is to get things in writing with people. Not all business deals go well because a gentleman's handshake doesn't exist anymore.
How do you see the future of your business?
Man, future. Me, I plan like I'm gonna live 1,000 years. Right? I don't think about 10 years, 20 years, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get old. So for me, I'd like to get to infinite locations, as many as I could, but I have to be also realistic. So my short goals are to find like-minded people and partner up with them, and to hopefully hit 20, 25 locations. That's my immediate goal right now, right? But that's not the end of it. But I like to grow it as an organization, and even when we get to 20, 30, 40, 100 locations, I'll still stay in the Peace region. I love the Peace. So, this is... it's one of those things.
Do you have any advice for future entrepreneurs?
Yes, I do. Just because it didn't work out for somebody else, doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. You might do better than that other person. So a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start, they surround themselves with people who will just enlist their fears onto them. Don't be afraid, especially young entrepreneurs. You have the ultimate lottery, which is called the time and youth. The worst that can happen to you is you'll fail, and the next time that failure will teach you 1,000 lessons. So don't be afraid to fail. And I just tell everybody, just do it.
Yeah, that's some really good advice.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for taking the time and letting us get to know you a little bit.
Thank you, man. We enjoyed this apple shisha, and it was fun. We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How can people get a hold of your pizza?
They can go to joespizzastone.ca, and if they want to get in contact directly with me for any opportunities, any questions, they can email me at joe@joespizzastone.ca. Yeah, just go to joespizzastone.ca. That's where you can make orders. You can call your local stores and try us out. I hope you like it.
Thanks again. Enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Appreciate it.
I'm thinking about college this fall. What should I know?
Did you know there are tax credits available, such as the Refundable Canada Training Credit and the Tuition Tax Credit, that you may be eligible for?
Cedar CPA, we have the answers. Find us on Instagram.
That's all we have for you this week. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Please hit those subscribe, shares, and likes, and we'll be back here next week. Enjoy. This podcast only works because you listen. So thank you for listening.
What would you like to hear on PCP? Let us know by email, peacecountrypodcast@gmail.com.
22 Media.